Hi everyone, welcome to this little video. It will be short, but I just wanted to show the new mobile application I created. So you might remember that I did a regular weekly podcast around 2015, 2016, where every single week I interviewed a public relations thought leader. The show was called the Wag the Dog FM podcast. And in fact, I had all these episodes here on my machine, and because I stopped producing every single week, and because things changed, the podcast couldn't be found anymore on iTunes and the other podcast libraries. But still, I was here with these more than 30 episodes with really in-depth, interesting interviews with people who change public relations, who have great insights in communications, internal comms, crisis comms. And I thought it was really a waste to have it sit here on my machine. So I discovered this new system of creating mobile applications in a very simple way. And I'll talk a bit more about this afterwards. But I'll just show you now the application I've made, which is available now. So what we're seeing here is the iOS view. Of course, it is available in Android view. Exactly the same thing. It's a mobile application. And what you have is simply the home page where I welcome you. And then here, which is the most interesting part, you have all the episodes of the Wag the Dog podcast. So all of them are in here. All of them are available to listen to on your mobile device. So if I click, for instance, on this one, what you'll get is a simple intro about the title. In this case, how to create a perfect social media team, which was a double interview, I remember well, with Sophie and Sarah. And you have your little play button, which you can switch on, and then indeed it starts to play and you have the full podcast available. I've added a little comment section. I know some people wanted to comment on several of these episodes. That happened during the time I was doing this on a weekly basis, but you can still add a comment. Just give your name, email address, and then you will be able to leave comments on each and single episode. I've also organized them by category. There is corporate comms, digital communications, internal communications, and crisis communications. And you have your search bar up here. Just type in a keyword, maybe it's a name of someone you remembered I interviewed or a topic. Type it in, it will find the podcast as long as it's in the title and in the description of each podcast. And the last page, very simple, is a contact me page where you have my new mobile phone number for those who haven't updated it. It's my Portuguese number, and then email, website, and my LinkedIn profile. So that is the new mobile app, which has all the episodes, so the full archive of the Wag the Dog FM podcast from 2015, 2016. It is, of course, free to download, and you don't even have to install it. And I'll show you now how it works to get that. So what you see here is the QR code to get the app. So if now you would take your mobile phone, if you're not looking at this on your mobile phone, of course, and you would scan this with your photo camera, which is standard now on most mobile phones, it will bring you to a page, and it will ask you to simply create a shortcut of the mobile app on your mobile phone. There is no install, it all happens online, but you will have the little icon, and every single time you tap on there, it works just like a standard application. You will have access to all those beautiful episodes of Wag the Dog. Now, let me show you the back end, because I think some people go like, wow, Philip is creating mobile apps now. I am not a programmer. I wouldn't know where to start to create mobile apps. It's simply that Glideapps makes it so simple to do. It all happens through a Google Sheet. And I'll show you where that happens. Of course, it happens in Google Sheet, but this is what I do. This is in fact simply creating 3 tabs: the episodes, the home tab, and the contact me tab. And in there, I simply list all the titles, the categories I'm using. And in fact, this was the most work of all this mobile app development business, It was creating direct links to the MP3 files of each episode, which are hosted on my Google Drive. That was the biggest work to be done here. All the rest happens through Glideapps. So you just create a Google Sheet, it connects with their backend, and then what you get is all this. You can change the layout, you can add features, you can of course edit everything. You have different components, you can create your tabs. You see them here, the tabs I'm using. There are a couple of hidden tabs that I don't want to use. There is the data, of course, and then here you could edit the sheet in Google Sheets, and every time you edit, you just reload the sheet and you'll see what happens in the mobile app. So that is the easiest way to create mobile apps today. Also, it's completely free. So there is a paid version, which is, very small budget. The thing it allows you to do is that you could have your own URL for your app, and there are a couple of other additional features. But this is a fully free version that I've created, and then sharing the app happens through the QR code or a link, a standard link, and what you get is in fact this page, which is a sort of landing page where you have wagthedogfm.glideapp.io. So if I wanted to take away glideapp.io and just use wagthedog.fm or mobile, I would have to pay for that, but in this case I didn't really want to. The QR code is sitting here, and you can, once people are on this landing page, they can of course also share the mobile application. All this is made through Glide, so Glideapps. I hope you enjoy the archives. I thought it was too crazy to have them just sit here and not being used. So now at least people who want to go back to certain episodes, who maybe never heard Wag the Dog FM, the podcast series, can at least listen to them through this simple mobile app. I hope this was interesting. Go and check out the app, listen to the podcast, and if you have any questions, you know where to find me. See you next time. Bye-bye.